let's see if alright, let's see how we looking. Let's see how it looks. OBS is giving me a little issue here, and I'm not sure if I fixed it or not, but we'll see. It's giving me a tiny issue. So let me check it out. Let me check the screen, make sure we're good. Alright. Alright, yeah. Looks good. Okay, cool. Um, so we don't have any economic news today, unfortunately. What you see here is a 4-hour fair value gap, an order block above. We traded up to it, made some equal highs, which I don't like if I want to go short, and then broke lower. I want to see if we make a 15-minute fair value gap of some sort, even an inversion, to then go lower. What we could possibly get is this fair value gap right here from 7 o'clock. This 15-minute fair value gap supports price, and we go up one more time. So I'm just sitting on my hands until it's clear. If it's not clear, I'm not going to rush into a trade. We just got to open. So I'll let the opening range form until 9:30, or sorry, 10 o'clock, I should say. And then we'll execute from there. Sound good? Sound good. New week opening gap high, new week opening gap low. I have it on a second monitor so we can see how it forms. Why is there a price discrepancy? Oh, no, there isn't. Okay. Just new day opening gap stuff. Yeah, besides, I want to see where this 4-hour candle closes. If it closes below this fair value gap, that'll be a nice indication that it likely wants to go lower. So we'll see. There's not really, I don't really have any, I don't have much interest in how the chart looks right now. On the 15-minute, there's no like obvious pools of liquidity besides these lows right here. Potentially these lows. So I'll let it form and then I'll capture a move. There's some lows here. These lows would be better to take out. So I'm gonna go ahead and just delineate these and also these right here. I'll be right back. 1 second. Right. No more distractions. No more distractions. So we're just gonna wait until price shows us what it wants to do. Then we can always get in on a retracement of some sort. I could have executed earlier when price came into this SIBI. This is Inception, this 1 minute SIBI inside of a 4 hour SIBI to these lows, but I'm trying to practice extreme patience and just being really picky with my trades. My second monitor, I have a 1 hour chart pulled up and a 5 minute chart pulled up. The 1 hour chart is new day opening gaps and the 5 minutes new week opening gaps. Just helps you see more setups as they all use the 1 minute as the entry time frame. So we took out that sell side liquidity there. We'll see if it wants to make a lower run to these lows. We'll also check where it stopped here. Hit consequent encroachment of the 4 hour wick to the tick. Now it went through it. We might get a further run down here, yeah. You have these relative equal lows here. Really one side delivery since open. On a day with no news. And I'll just pop this up so you guys know I haven't taken any trades yet. There's been no trades taken for the day. Still 20 minutes until opening range is complete. If we possibly reverse, then this would be my target up here. Hit consequent encroachment, see if it closes below it. One sec. Alright. So anyway, we disrespected this SIBI right here. It's possible this is a run up to this high. I'd like to get in here if I can. Possibly a lower this as well. If it doesn't give me an entry, this is a breaker right here. But I'd really prefer an entry at this BISI. That way it makes a failure swing to go higher. We're inside of a 5-minute fair value gap right now, 5-minute SIBI. A lot of back and forth. This might have just been a stop run to then go even higher, really. Have this breaker. Might just tap into the high of that and then go higher. Have to wait and see. I'm still not super interested in taking a long up here because the 4-hour candle is yet to close. If we were to close above the 4-hour BISI, then or the 4-hour SIBI, I'd be a lot more interested. Hit the top of the breaker. Or actually just fell short of it. There we go. Now we hit it. So I'm just gauging order flow right now. What's being respected, what's not being respected. I'm getting a groove for it. The mean threshold of it. There's a small little fair value gap in there as well. Really just waiting until this opening range is complete. Because it can still go lower. And we have macro coming up in about 5 minutes and 20 seconds. Discount wick. Might tap consequent encouragement then go higher. Hit the lower quadrant. That's not good for longs. I know I disrespected it. This is why I'm not super in a rush to go long. It's not showing me the characteristics I'd like to see. Respected the low of the breaker. See if that holds. can wick through it. You just want to see the bodies close inside of the breaker. Yeah, like that. If the candle closes above the breaker on a retouch into it, I would go long with my stop at the low of the breaker. Targeting these highs right here. And let's see if this pans out. It's a little bit early. Opening range hasn't finished yet, but I believe this might be the opening range low for today. We'll see though. Here, I'll put executions on. It's about a 14 handle stop for a 35 handle gain. I try to be really cautious whenever we have price action like this. It's it's fine if it wants to come back and touch the breaker again, but I wouldn't want it to, really. Should be a pretty smooth shot higher. Low resistant liquidity run. Small little volume bounce right there. See if that supports price. It's right there. I'll draw it out. Touch the lower quadrant of this wick. Still possible for it to hit this volume imbalance, but it doesn't look like it wants to. If it closes real high like that, I'd want to see it just continue higher. We're inside of a 5-minute fair value gap up here, though, so anything is possible. Hit the low of the volume imbalance. You want to see the bodies of the volume imbalance. The bodies of this candle close above the volume imbalance. If not, it's kind of like a dud trade. Hit the breaker again. I would not want to see that, really. Go ahead and put my stop right below mean threshold of the breaker. So really small stop now, 8 handles. And we'll see if it uses that same volume imbalance as resistance now. If it wants to go up and hit that, we'll see if it reclaims it or rejects. But it's looking pretty weak. Looks like the 5-minute fair value gap, which I'll show real quick. This fair value gap right here on the breaker is holding price. So when it reaches this SIBI, I'm just going to go ahead and exit the trade. If it wants to go higher, that's fine, but I'm not liking this price action. The voice is kind of low. Is this a little bit better? Appreciate you telling me. Not super loud guy. I think I can put it up though, 1 second. Yeah, it is a little low, I see that. Alright, is this a little bit better? I think it should be, right? I just put it up like 25%. Yeah, so you see, I really don't like this price action right here. It needs to just pick a side. It's going a lot of back and forth here. I have another volume imbalance right there. That looks like it's supporting price. I still think it's likely to stop me out if I was still in the trade. So I bought a discount, sold it at a premium, and yeah, it would have stopped me out anyway. I think my stop loss was right there. Yeah, it's a good thing we got out of that. And now we'll wait and see what it wants to do here. 4 candles almost closed. Looks like it's gonna close below that SIBI. So my attention would go back to these equal lows here. So I'll just move this to right here. I want to see if they use this fair value gap just for a retracement. I could go short at this breaker right here and use it as an inversion inversion breaker. Which I think if it goes back up to it, I will do that. And I'll just place this high at about mean threshold of this order block right here. And my limit order at the equal lows. And we'll see how this pans out. I could have been a little bit more patient and waited for a fair value gap to be made to see if they would go up into that. But it's possible they don't. Yeah, This was a way better entry right here. And if I entered here, my stop loss would have been at the high. At this high right here. You want to see this reject. It can go up to the second fair value gap. That's fine. I would prefer that it doesn't though. Mitigation block right here. It went up to the second fair value gap. If I take a loss in this trade, I'll probably just sit on my hands for a bit until things are much clearer because they're just going back and forth now. I'll actually move this to the high. You want to see it fall pretty quick now. I don't want to see them use this SIBI as a support, right? That's what I don't want to see. I want it to just go straight through it like that, and I want to see the bodies close below this SIBI like it did here, up here. Small little volume balance, but I'm not really paying attention to that. I want to see it go lower. If it wants to come back up, tap the volume balance to then go lower, that's fine. Remember, I got short at the breaker low. I'd like to see that kind of weakness to get back up in there. Hit the volume balance. Had a small little reaction, nothing abnormal. We'll just see what happens here. I want to see it close below the volume imbalance. And then kind of go quickly lower. Hit constant encroachment of this fair value gap. It's kind of meandering in here. We have a new 4-hour. Let me see where we hit the upper quadrant. You have consequent encroachment inside of the 4-hour SIBI. My stop loss is just above that, luckily. So I really, I'm like not really even interested much in this trade because of this, but I still think it's more likely to pan out than not. So that's what I wanted to see. Can come back. I wouldn't even want it to come back now that it's showing kind of this displacement, but if we do, I'm looking at this volume imbalance right here. So yeah, just want to see it. Give up the ghost like ICT says, and go lower here. So I'll go ahead and move my stop. Since we're pretty far from it, I'll just put it at this swing high. About a 14 handle stop now. But I don't expect it to come back up here. This 4-hour candle should continue expanding lower. Now that we've made that wick right there. Kinda hard to see. I'll remove this for now. Now that we've made that wick up, hit the lower quadrant of this wick. You're gonna see it just continue lower. Did we close at the very bottom of the high of this candle is 19,570.25. The close of this is 19,570. So we closed below this BISI, which is nice. As you can see, we'll draw it out. We closed below that BISI. And this fair value gap that was used to go higher would be an inversion fair value gap. So we'll actually draw this out. You want to see price stop at it. You have this SIBI right here as well. Can reach into it. I want to see this go lower here. If it reverses completely, I'll just close the trade out. Hit mean threshold. Candle close inside of the SIBI. Yep, that's good. Don't like how it closed at the high, but we'll see what happens. Hey, what's up, Magical? I'm doing alright, bro. Is the audio good? Said it was a little low before. I put it up about 25%. And we're targeting these equal lows here. I'll show you guys again. these relative equal lows right here. But the shorts at 915. I wasn't too interested in this right here. What interested me more was right at 930, it targeting these lows. That was nice. But like I was saying earlier in the stream, I was gonna wait until opening range was complete. I took a small little trade prior to the opening range using this bullish breaker to see if we wanted to target these relative equal highs. It showed me that it didn't with this displacement, so I got out inside of this SIBI. So no losses yet, but I'm sure it'll come soon. Small little volume balance. Price is closing at the bottom. That's no bueno. I might get stopped out here though. Again, this is a day with, no this is a day with no news or anything like that, so you can expect delivery to be kind of wonky. After this stop out, I'll probably take one more trade, and if that doesn't pan out, I'm done for the day. Keep it at 2 losses max. Pretty sure I'm about to get stopped out here. Yeah, there we go. So we'll review real quick. I bought at 603.75 using this breaker. Sold it inside of this SIBI at 609 for a 600 gain. And then sold at 589.50 and got stopped out at 603.25 for a 14 handle loss. 600 gain, 14 handle loss. Down 8 handles right now. It's not much. Let me kind of remove these real fast. Yeah. Price just has to show me a clear indication of what it wants to do here. Or I'm just not that interested. Yeah, I wanted to get the stream live earlier, sometime around 9:20 or so. But I was having some issues with OBS. For whatever reason, it kind of changed my screen size. It was showing me like a square, like if I was recording a short or something. Yeah, it's not too smooth. So I'm not really rushing. I'm trading this combine, trying to get this passed, so I'll actually show you. I think I'm down 170. So yeah, we're not really pushing the envelope right now. We're just letting price show us what it wants to do. And if so, then I'll engage. But yeah, look at the 15-minute, just long wicks back and forth. So I'm not too much in a rush. If we don't see anything clean by 11 o'clock, I'll call it a day. I was thinking of like playing chess while while I wait for price to reach certain levels, but I don't know about that. I'm still thinking about it. Yeah, yeah. That's what I mean. Like at first I said I'll only be live on news days and whatnot, but sometimes even days without any news you can get really clean runs. So I decided to live stream since I wasn't doing anything else. Um, but with that being said, I'm not really eager to take a trade or um, rushing to get into a move, unless shows me um, where it wants to go, shows me that it's respecting one side of the market. Like so far, it's disrespected SIBIs, it's disrespected BISIs, and then still reversed. So I'm not too, I'm not too worried about it. Took out a short-term high here. It's quite possible they could take out this buy side first and then still reverse. We have new week opening gap low at 19,604 right here. Right there. And new week opening gap high at 19,629. Hey, what's up, Mad? Appreciate you showing up, bro. Let's actually minimize this a little bit. I'm thinking about changing my chart colors a little bit because this background is really bright. I got a guy he offered to make me like a YouTube banner. So I'll probably change the colors to that, to whatever color scheme. I gave him a lot of, you know, creative freeness, however you want to say it. So whatever his vision is. But yeah, we expect it to be um pretty back and forth on a no news day. It's a Monday. It's pretty much just consolidation before the week's expansion. I'll have a way better idea by Wednesday of how the weekly profile is going to be. Even by the end of Tuesday, really. We bounced off of the new week opening gap low at 604. I'm also thinking about doing a webcam too, but I haven't made my mind up on that. I have one, I just don't even use it. I kind of gotta gauge some sentiment on that. See how you guys feel about it. I only got one more trade in me, so I really want to make it a good one. Let's remove this for a second. Yeah, it's not even a swing low. Came into a discount of this range. We'll see if that's enough to go higher. Of course, optimal trade entry would be better. Hit optimal trade entry. You see, it's just so lackluster, bro. I still prefer the downside due to this 4-hour SIBI. But yeah, it's so back and forth. This is a breaker. If you're high, you're low, higher high, and we just broke that the low of that candle, or the close of that candle. Close at 570. Yeah, definitely broken now. So we'll see if this wants to take it to those equal lows that are outlined down here at 540. Sticking with that bearish bias. If it goes back into it, I would like to short that. Pretty tight stop loss though. I'm not interested in taking a loss here. Not today, not on a Monday with no news, no. So if we can get back into that, that'll be good. Just for a scalp, it's not bad. If it's coupled with a SIBI, that's even better. And if it doesn't go up to it, that's fine as well. Alright, equal lows taken out here. See that? This is probably the best entry right here inside this 5-minute fair value gap. But you also have equal highs above it, so too close, you know. Hit the lower quadrant of this wick. It might just continue lower to take out this low here, which is London's low as well. It's already pretty far though. I wouldn't be interested in taking the trade. I'd feel like I'm chasing price here, and that's not the goal. If it got back into a premium, I'd want to see if we do want to go to London's low. This is a premium array. Alright, it's in a premium. I like that close. Go ahead and delete this right here. Small little fair value gap, 15-second fair value gap. Might have one more push higher. If it is going to go lower here, I want to see a pretty fast displacement on the 15-second. Enter SIBI. It's also possible it's just time to switch gears. And they could leave these equal lows for, say, Tuesday. So now it's respecting bullish order flow, it looks like. Yeah. On the 15-second chart anyway. And on the 1 minute, right? Closed above the breaker. Still want to see if it goes lower personally. We're inside of a 5 minute SIBI here. Let me consequent encroachment is at 597, it looks like. I'll actually take a short right there. And I'll put my stop loss at the 4-hour SIBI high. This is gonna be my last trade for the day. Day with no news. I'm probably expecting a little too much, but we'll see. I want to see if they go for London low here. If it stops me out, that's fine. I'll be or actually I should put it at the swing high. If it stops me out, that's fine. This will be the end of trading session for me, or trading day for me. Since we've already took sell side, it's kind of unlikely. I'm banking on this 4-hour SIBI to kind of hold price. And we'll just leave on 2 losses and one kind of a break-even trade. And we'll get it back later this week with interest. Look at these wicks, man. Holy shit. If it closes above the SIBI, I'll just close the trade. I think my entry is pretty close to consequent encroachment as well. Yeah. Because it might just go for those equal highs prior to 9:30. Seems like that's what it's doing anyway. I'm looking at how it's interacting with this 4-hour SIBI on the 15-second chart. Yeah, so we closed above this. It's likely just gonna go higher here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and close. There's not really any reason for me to keep this open, and I'll just take that 400 or so dollar loss for today, keeping it small. We'll get bigger wins towards tomorrow or Wednesday. So this in comparison of the wins is not really much. So I'm kind of glad that we're keeping the losses small. Looking at this 15-minute chart, there's not really much here with all these wicks. It's not price action that would be favorable, right? Compared to, say, last week Friday, where you have nice, clean directional movement, either up or down, instead of it being this back and forth here. So I don't think we're really missing much. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the stream, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I believe tomorrow. Let me check real quick. So let me see real quick. Oh, tomorrow we have no news either. On Wednesday, we do have FOMC meeting minutes at 2 p.m. Eastern, so that'd probably be the best time to trade, like the afternoon session would be a nice afternoon live stream. So I'll see you guys then. I appreciate everybody who came out uh, and joining me on kind of this journey, right? Because trading isn't easy, man. It's one of, if not the hardest thing to try and learn. So appreciate y'all. Good luck and good trading if you're gonna be trading this, and hopefully you make it out alive, man. Don't